Feedlot operators and ranchers have seen a dip in cattle prices since several cases of Ecoli were traced back to the XL Foods Lakeside operation in Brooks, Alberta. This is Rural Roots Canada, and I'm Eric Smith, getting to the stem and meat of agriculture. CanFax manager and senior analyst Brian Perillat tells me the drop has actually been quite small.
You know, overall, this drop's been quite small, given it's a relatively short-term. So far, it's been relatively short-term. Guys are, I guess, willing to gamble a little bit and try and carry the cattle for a better marketing window. We're down a few cents, and the basis is definitely, we're looking at probably a good $5-6 wider than where we seasonally are. So. $5 a hundredweight type thing on fed cattle out of the feedlot.
But with cull cows, it's been a different story.
On the other side, cull cows, other types of cattle have also been affected by this closure. They were a fairly major buyer of slaughter cull cows, and we saw those prices drop dramatically from the time this this whole issue began. So they're down over 10-15 cents a hundredweight on cull cows. So that can be up to $200 a cull cow for ranchers.
At this point, he says it's hard to say where it's going to go.
Yeah, well, it's definitely been quite a hectic week, but a lot of uncertainty out there. As it's just hard to, in this kind of a situation, I think that's going on. Timelines are really hard for all the parties involved, I guess, to predict or know for sure. So it has a lot of the producers, especially feedlots, kind of on pins and needles as they're trying to market cattle, and they've got cattle in specific programs that need timely marketing.
Perillat says the fact that we only have 2 packers in the country makes it hard for us to deal with a situation like this over the long term. If
you push it out, through this week or another week, it just slowly builds, really. The amount of pressure we're going to see on prices and producers it'll just, slowly build. And guys, again, the U.S. border's open. We do have outlets. Cargill can, it's not like we had a huge number of cattle. We can manage some of the inventory, but it's just kind of a slow moving snowball type thing. But if we're talking months of things, then it's definitely long term at that point. It's definitely a lot of stress, and in this kind of situation, when you only have the 2 packers, when one goes down, trade with the U.S. had been slow or had been limited the last little while, so it takes some adjustment period as well to send more cattle south. So overall, that's just going to be negative to the local prices for feedlots especially.
For Rural Roots Canada, I'm Eric Smith, getting to the stem and meat of agriculture.